And as you formulate your off-season blueprint, have you received any indication from Travis at all about his plans for next year?
No, there is communication though. That's the main thing, Sam. And so I always go. I've said this before to you. Just as long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward, and I think that's where Travis. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all, and I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time, and he can sort all that out as he goes forward. But we're proceeding with that, and there is communication going on.
Let's have a conversation. Because right now, the question hovering over the Kansas City Chiefs has nothing to do with the upcoming draft. It has nothing to do with roster decisions or coaching strategy. The one question on every fan's mind is about Travis Kelce. Is the greatest tight end of his generation quietly preparing to walk away from the game forever? Or are we on the verge of witnessing one final chapter in a career that has already cemented its place in NFL history? Recently, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid stepped forward and addressed the situation directly. And what he said managed to do two things at once: bring a wave of relief to anxious fans, while somehow making everyone even more curious about what comes next. When reporters put the question to Reid straight, no dancing around it, no softening the edges, he did not sidestep it. He did not retreat into the kind of vague, carefully worded non-answer that coaches are famous for giving when they want to say nothing at all. Instead, Andy Reid looked up and said something that was short, simple, and yet carried enormous weight.
There is communication though. That's the main thing, Sam. And so I always go. I've said this before to you. Just as long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward, and I think that's where Travis. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all, and I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time, and he can sort all that out as he goes forward. But we're proceeding with that, and there is communication going on.
Coach Andy Reid made one thing very clear. There is still communication happening between the Chiefs and Travis Kelce. And dear viewers, that single word tells you everything you need to know. Because in the NFL, silence means distance, but communication means doors remain open. It means conversations are still flowing, and nothing has been written in stone just yet. Reid even stated that as long as those talks continue, he feels confident about where things stand and believes Kelce wants to move forward. That alone should give every Chiefs fan genuine reason to feel hopeful. Here is the moment that truly stood out. The message fans took away from Reid's comments was straightforward. If talks are still happening, Kansas City still values Travis Kelce and wants him back. And supporters everywhere are quietly saying the same thing: get this done. Get it done quickly. Because despite all the rumors circulating around the league, there remains a very strong belief that Kelce is still essential to everything Kansas City stands for. And let's be honest, the whispers are real. There have been behind-the-scenes conversations, and certain analysts have suggested the Chiefs could potentially move on given Kelce's age and the natural dip in production compared to his peak seasons. Some voices in NFL circles believe Kansas City may need to start preparing a younger replacement for the future. But dear viewers, that narrative is only telling half the story. Travis Kelce is far more than a statistics page. Yes, his numbers. This is a player who helped construct a dynasty. Super Bowl runs, clutch catches, momentum-shifting drives. Kelce has been at the center of every single one. Walking away from a player like that is not just a roster decision, it is an identity decision. And that is a very different kind of conversation. Now, here is something fans understand clearly. Travis Kelce's impact does not stop at the sideline. He is one of the most recognizable faces in the entire NFL, and his global profile grew even larger through his relationship with Taylor Swift. That connection brought massive media attention, increased viewership, major commercial opportunities, and brand partnerships that have elevated Kansas City's presence worldwide. Casual viewers who never watched football before are now tuning in specifically because of Kelce. And in today's NFL, where entertainment value and marketability carry real weight. That kind of influence cannot simply be replaced by a younger tight end. So from both a competitive and a business standpoint, Kelce remains enormously valuable to this franchise. Something else worth noting was the tone of Reid's comments. There was no urgency, no frustration, no pressure. Reid sounded calm, measured, and quietly optimistic. That tells you this is not a dramatic contract standoff playing out in the press. It feels far more like a seasoned veteran carefully weighing his future, while the organization patiently gives him the space and respect to make that decision on his own terms. And that patience reflects the deep mutual respect between Kelce and the Chiefs organization. Right now, nothing is finalized, but communication continues, and that alone keeps the door open for Chiefs fans to see Travis Kelce back on that field. The next few weeks could prove crucial. Will he sign? Will he take time away to reflect? Or will he surprise everyone with a decision nobody saw coming? One thing is certain. Andy Reid's words did not close any doors. If anything, they reminded every fan watching that this story is far from finished. This moment feels less like an ending and far more like a pause. A legendary player standing at a crossroads, a proud franchise quietly hoping for one more chapter, and a trusted coach reassuring everyone that the conversations are still very much alive behind the scenes. For now, all we can do is wait, listen, and appreciate the extraordinary career Travis Kelce has already given this game. But if Andy Reid's words mean anything at all, hope is still very much alive in Kansas City. And honestly, there is nothing Chiefs fans would love more than to see Travis Kelce line up on that field just one more time.